Hey y'all, Alex from Music Hub here, and today we'll be doing a review of the 1838 novel by Charles Dickens, Oliver Twist, or The Parish Boy's Progress. After the success of the Pickwick Papers, Dickens jumped pretty much headfirst into his next intensive writing project, which was serialized like the Pickwick Papers was. As I mentioned in my video on Pickwick, Dickens had a working class background and he would draw a lot on his experience in rough, hands-on working environments for the setting and characters of Oliver Twist. Dickens also got married in early 1836, and it's easy to discern a sort of purified bliss in some of the writing he did after that point. Scrappiness and bliss combined together in a fascinating manner in Oliver Twist, and perhaps that's why the novel grew to be almost as popular, if not equally so, to the Pickwick Papers. Now, the image of Oliver Twist has sort of transcended the novel, the child in poverty reduced to begging just to survive. The character of Oliver is undeniably pleasant and an extremely sympathetic protagonist that the reader almost can't help but connect with. In that alone, this is a more focused, in my opinion, a superior narrative to Pickwick, even during the parts of the book where the plot is moving around Oliver rather than through him. The central focus is so obviously him, you just never lose sight of it. There's a comparison to be made between Oliver and the character of Christian from Pilgrim's Progress, but Oliver sticks out as the superior of the two because, one, his situation and character are far more based in reality, and two, he's a child. I think he's a great protagonist who motivates his supporting cast to move the plot along rather than doing it just based on his own actions. And let it be said that the supporting cast in this novel is stupendous. The characters of the London underworld, like the Artful Dodger, Charlie Bates, Bill Sikes, Nancy, they're all vivid personalities, corrupted in their own ways and to varying degrees. The relationship between Sikes and Nancy is a special level of corruption and tragedy, which I won't dwell on anymore so as not to spoil anything. Even more minor characters like Noah Claypole have a tick, a unique trait that sticks with you, and the relative blandness of the upper-class characters like Mr. Brownlow is easily forgotten given that they represent everything that Oliver himself never received: kindness and support. As for Fagin, one of the leaders of the London underworld, who is consistently referred to as simply the Jew, it's difficult to talk about him, certainly. I think Fagin is arguably the most compelling and vivid of the side characters with his speaking mannerisms and his bizarre behavior, almost fatherly affection towards Oliver, but there's no doubt that Dickens leaned into harmful stereotyping with his writing here. There are moments in this book that are so blatantly offensively anti-Semitic that Dickens himself had to walk back some of his writing choices in future printings of the novel. He faced backlash in his own day for this. I would not call Fagin a book ruiner per se. I think there are enough aspects of his character that are just too good to say that. But he sticks out like a sore thumb, and the plot is driven so heavily by his actions towards Oliver that his presence does taint things a little bit. But the heart behind the novel transcends everything. And compared to Pickwick, which is a satire written mainly for laughs, Oliver Twist is a much more well-rounded satire. You have your humor, yes, but you also have emotional stakes, in a general sense that Dickens is pointing out the folly of London society and the grim horrors of poverty. Not quite a political novel, but a form of social commentary, for sure, and centering it around a figure with literally childlike innocence makes it resonate all the stronger. I think this is a superb book, a major step above what Dickens had done before, and I could see this being a strong starting point for someone who wants to get into his writing. Maybe not the best starting point, but definitely a strong one. And that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, more reviews are to come, hopefully sooner than this time around. I've been dealing with some stuff at home, but hopefully we're back on track now. Make sure to tell a friend as well. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Music Hub.